Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel again. My name is Vance. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to make this beautiful butterfly bubu dress with pleated ruffles round the sides of the dress. So if you're interested in this tutorial, let's get right into it. So basically for this tutorial, I'll be using 2.5 yards of Kampala fabric, and then I'll be using 1.5 yards of chiffon fabric. So basically guys, I've gone ahead to fold my fabric into 4. I want to cut everything at once so you can see it folded into 4. So next thing I'm going to do guys is to rule out my starting line. So this was when I was marking out my starting line. So after I'm done marking guys, next thing I'm going to do is to take my shoulder width. My client's shoulder measurement is 15 divided by 2, that's 7.5. I marked it. Her cross back is actually 19, but I'll still add more allowances to it, so I use 19 for the moment. So when I was done with this guys, the next thing I did was to take my half length, that's my client's half length, which is 17. I went ahead to take the hip line, which is 27, and the full length of the dress, which is 38, but I minused 2 inches, making it 36 because the ruffle will follow suit. So I went ahead to use my ruler to rule out my line so it can be more visible. I'm sorry that this white chalk is not really showing very much. So from my shoulder, from my starting line, I went ahead to take my neck width, which is 4.5, and then my neck depth for the front, which is also 4.5, and then my neck depth for the back, I use 2 inches. So I'm going ahead to connect my neck width and my neck depth together. So basically I'm cutting both front and back together. So when I'm done with this, from the across back I came down by 1 inch. From that 1 inch I went ahead to rule my line straight to my neck width point. So when I'm done with this guys, I will come down from that 1 inch I came down by to meet the half length, but this is just the starting of it. So from the beginning, that's my starting line, I came down by 11 inches. That 11 inches is where I'm going to start sewing my dress. So I went ahead to straighten my lines to make it more visible. So here, because it's a butterfly dress, I went ahead to take my bust measurement plus 1 inch for ease. I went ahead at this point to take my waist measurement plus 1 inch for ease. For my hip line, I took my hip measurement plus 1 inch for ease. Then for my full length, I imputed my hip measurement plus that 1 inch I added for ease. It's very important that you add your 1 inch for ease because it's a butterfly dress. If you do not add it, your customer will not be able to wear it comfortably. So it's very advisable you add it. So when I was done, I connected it. After which, guys, I went ahead to take the length of the butterfly. So I used 20 for the length of the butterfly. I don't know if you get. Remember, I used 19 inches for my cross back, and we are making a butterfly bubu. So basically, there will be extra allowance remaining after the initial measurement. So that's what I'm actually taking. I used 20 inches for it. So guys, when I was done, I went ahead from the full length. I came up by 2.5 inches because I did not want this butterfly dress to be straight. I wanted it to have a little bit of curve to give it some stylish look. So guys, I went ahead to connect it straight to my center front. So when I was done guys, I went ahead to cut our pattern, that's our dress. So this was me cutting it. I'm sorry if I'm very fast, but if you listen carefully, you're going to understand this. So when I was done cutting, guys, I went ahead to cut out my shoulder slope at this point. Then I went ahead to cut my back neckline first before my front neckline. So what I did was I separated my back neckline from my front neckline, just the way you see me doing. So guys, I went ahead now to cut out my front neckline. So after I'm done cutting out my front neckline, the next thing I'm going to do is to bring out the remaining fabric to cut out my facing. So I folded the remaining fabric left, and then I placed my front neckline on it so that I can be able to cut out the facing. So this is how to cut facing. If this is your first time coming across cutting a facing, this is like the easiest way to cut a facing. So for my facing length, I'll be using 3 inches. So basically I was marking out my 3 inches round the neckline, or around the neckline. So this was when I was cutting. So guys, if this is your first time coming across my channel, please do well to subscribe to my channel, like, share, and leave a comment in the comment section if you have any question that you want to ask me. So basically, when I was done cutting it out, I had to put it inside just like this, and then I set it aside. I folded my leftover fabric again, placed my back pattern there, and then I traced it out with my scissors. So basically I had to cut out the excesses following my neckline, that's following my back neckline. So when I was done, I went ahead to take the length of my facing, which was 3 inches. So I'm going to mark out 3 inches round about my neckline, just the way I did for the front. So when I'm done with this, guys, I'll go ahead and cut. So after I was done cutting, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my back neckline, and then I'm going to place my facing right side, just like this. So this was me placing it right side, facing right side. I'll go ahead and sew it in by 1/2 inch. I went ahead again, placed my right side of our front block to the right side of the facing. I went ahead to sew, and then I'm going to show you how it looks like after I was done sewing. So this was when I was done sewing, guys. You can see it looks very neat and clean. I've sewn it and then I've ironed it. So these parts, you can go ahead and weave that remaining part of the facing, or can go ahead and add your hemming gum. But I went ahead to add my hemming gum so that the facing will lie flat on the dress to make your work more neater, or your finishing more neater. So this was the back too. What I did was I went ahead to add my facing, to add my hemming gum to it. So when I was done adding my hemming gum, guys, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to join my shoulder to shoulder. So basically here I was this was when I'll go and join my shoulder to shoulder just like this. I'll place the back shoulder to the front shoulder, right side facing right side, and I'll go and sew it by 1/2 inch. So when I'm done sewing the both sides by 1/2 inch, I'll show you how it looks like. So at this point, guys, the next thing I'm going to do is to take my measurement. I've already gone ahead to take my measurement. I will do the same thing down. Remember, we added 1 inch for ease. So this was when I was done sewing it. Yes, I sewed the two sides. You can see I've gone ahead also to hem the side. So this is the extra part that I was talking about. Remember, easy butterfly bubu. So this is the extra part. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my my chiffon fabric. So basically this was my chiffon fabric. I am folding it. So for the length of the pleated ruffle, I'll be using 7 inches. So I'm going to cut 7 inches into many pieces. So basically I went ahead to mark the 7 inches to the end of the chiffon fabric. So this was when I was marking it out. I'm marking out the 7 inches, and I went ahead to straighten out my line so that I will follow that line to do my cutting, because I want everything to be in a straight form. So I went ahead to add extra because I wanted it to be really full. So when I was done, guys, I'll go ahead and cut. So this was when I was cutting out the excesses, the one I do not need. So basically I cut out one. There's the second one, the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one, the sixth one, and then the seventh one. You can go as much as you can, but I think I prefer this 7 because I really don't want it to be too full. So basically 7 lines is okay for me, but you can do more than that. So I'll go ahead and join it together to make it very long. I'll sew it down and I'll hem the under, and I'll show you how it looks like when I was done sewing. So this was when I was done sewing, guys. I've also gone ahead to hem it. I've not ironed it yet. So basically I'm going to bring my already sewn dress, and then I'm going to go ahead and introduce my chiffon fabric, the one I've hemmed, and then I'll go ahead and place it just like this. So for the tip of the chiffon, I folded it like this because I don't want the tip to be rough at that point, so that was why I folded it like this. So I'll go ahead and pin it down, and then I'll start pleating it straight down. Just watch the way I'm pleating it. So I'm going to be pleating it there one after the other like that till round our dress. This I'm going to pleat it around the dress. So I'll go ahead and pleat it, and then I'll show you how it looks like when I'm done. So this was when I was done pleating, guys. It's so fine. The dress is so pretty, so pretty. You need to see this dress on my client. It's so good. So guys, do well to subscribe to my channel. Please like my video, share my video, leave a comment in the comment section below if you have any question that you want to ask, and I'll see you in my next tutorial, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.